What's happening, man? What's going on?
What up, man? Shit. I'm out here on this road trying to get this money, you know.
Man, man, ain't nothing wrong with it. You gotta get that money, man. You gotta get that money. Cause if you don't get that money gonna be going in somebody else's pocket, and it's not a good thing when you missing that figure. Everybody needs that figure.
No. Who you telling, man? Who
I'm
you
just saying,
telling?
man. So,
What's
you,
up?
so um, you back on the road truck driving again?
I'm just saying, man. You know me? Yeah, well, I got I today I pulled the Sunday shift. Normally I don't.
Uh
Normally I
huh.
be in the comfort of my own home, eating on my popcorn, my Act 2 popcorn, right? Um, but today, life threw me a slight curveball, so I had to knock that bad boy out the park um a different way that I normally would. So
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing
yeah.
wrong with that.
But I will
So,
tell you that, I I do have something over here to munch on. I got some icebreakers gum, some Tim Horton donuts, and a muffin. And
come on, man. You can't be eating them Tim Hortons donuts, man. That's like out there eating crack. You know that shit's addictive.
I don't know. But look, I only bought two donuts. That's it. I didn't get a whole dozen, not at all. You know,
Hey, man,
but
ain't
it
nothing
ain't.
wrong with that. I respect that.
But it ain't my fault. They're raspberry. Come on now. Who don't like berry? I like berry.
It depends if it's Barry Bonds or not. Yeah, you know,
It depends.
a lot of people don't like Barry Bonds because the whole steroid thing.
I don't see what the big deal is. Y'all mad at him for using steroids while the population that don't like him is out here on cocaine. Like I'm yo,
Cause man, the reason why people don't like people that use steroids or in the game of baseball, the game of baseball is truly one of the purest sports out there because it's you versus that pitcher. Either he can throw the ball fast enough or put a little stank on it, and it's all about how strong you are to knock that ball out the park or not. That's why.
all
You know
right.
what I'm saying? All the enhancement things, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be a bodybuilder or whatever the case may be, okay. Do you if you want to get buffed that way? You know what I'm saying? You want to take the shot in the butt. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever seen that movie, The Program?
No, I haven't.
Oh well, it's a movie called The Program where they was talking about college football and everything, right?
Okay.
This guy he used to take steroids and get himself hyped up and everything like that and whatnot, and he had to they took all the from the steroids and stuff he was taking. They had to take the dirty urine out of his bladder and pump fresh urine in his bladder, and they had to use it with the catheter. So
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
yeah,
oh, oh.
so I have the love for the football game as much as anybody else. That ain't something I'm willing to do. I'm sorry, I'm just not. I can't. I can't.
No, hey, I'm gonna tell. I don't care what sport it is. Nothing is worth a needle in your pee hole. I'm sorry. Just no. I'm just no. Oh.
It's not.
Oh.
It's technically not a needle. It's like a
Okay, I don't. Nothing is supposed to go in your pee hole. Okay, your urethra for those who want to get taken. Nothing is supposed to go into your urethra. Seriously, maybe except for saliva, but
yeah, yeah, I don't know.
and even
I,
then, it's not supposed to go in. That just happens because.
it, it's a lot of things that ain't supposed to go in places, but there are a lot of people that's into some strange things. I'll say. I ain't one, but I ain't one. I ain't one. You know what I'm saying? But I guess to each his own. That's all I can say.
You are absolutely right. And in my own, nothing goes in
No,
my
no,
street.
nothing goes in the nothing goes in the front or in the back in my life. So
I
to whatever other people do, y'all some very some very strong individuals. Because you know what, I don't see how people get true enjoyment out of it because I was constipated one day, and you know what I'm saying. You had that when that stool get tough
Oh,
and it have to come out.
oh,
It is very very painful.
very, yeah, yeah,
So
buddy. Mm-mm.
some people, some people, I hats off to y'all, because I don't know, I don't know.
I will say to the community, at least the men are the strongest in the game because to be able to take that pain on a repeated basis, mm-mm, mm-mm. Y'all just might be on a whole nother level of tough. I'm just saying, and because I know that like what you were speaking on, there are times where hey, I think we've all been there where stool gets a little harder than what it should. Then you gotta pass that bad boy, and whoo, that bad boy hurt. Sometimes shit might it might tear something a little bit to where it causes a little blood in the process. So I'm like, yo, and that's on the come out. We're not talking about the going. This is the come out. So yeah, man,
Oh Jesus
I
Christ!
gotta rock with you, my good buddy. Nah, I'm down. I'm good on that. I'm not hating on nobody or crapping on nobody that does, but I just know it ain't for me. No, sir.
I'm just saying,
Out.
man. That's Oh Jesus Christ! Oh jeez! Oh jeez! I truly don't understand how really people I don't know how people do it. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people always talking about don't knock it till you try it. Well, I'm sorry.
Mm, mm-mm.
I'm going to knock it all the time. It's not, you know what I'm saying, something that I truly see going on in my life. It's not what I no, no, no.
I'm gonna give you one better. I'm not even down for trying it. So
Dang.
I'm not gonna try and I'm not gonna knock. I'm not gonna do nothing.
Hey, you know what? You know what? I was kicking it with somebody yesterday, and we were sitting there talking. I showed them the show and whatnot, and they was up there. You know the episode where it was me, you, and Coco, and she was in the middle, and I made that wisecrack talking about
Yeah.
yeah, that crack. You know what I'm saying? They found that to be extremely funny, and everything. So they want to come on the show and whatnot. So I'm going to invite them on the show one day. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, yeah. Like I was saying about the call in number and the call in number and whatnot. I haven't got
Yes.
that yet. I was planning on doing it today, but I got sidetracked taking care of some stuff with the family and whatnot. That's why even the show was coming on late. You know what I'm saying? And
I got you. No, I understand.
the old man. I call him the old man because I don't know. I don't know where I came up with the old man from. He's like 4 years older than me, right? So I call him the old man. This guy, I love him with all my heart. This is my guy. He's my cousin. But he's like a brother to me. You know what I'm saying? You know how you always eating popcorn and whatnot on the show,
Yeah.
and we talked about it. He say, "Not everywhere he go, he see that skinny popcorn, skinny
Glad I
pop,
could.
skinny pop." Yeah. So,
Glad I can help out.
hey, princess, my little baby came in the room with me. Yeah, baby. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Yeah, my bad, my bad. My dog came in the room. So, yeah,
I
man.
got
So, yeah, man, it's been you know what? Today was supposed to be I was supposed to I guess supposed to came on the show, Billy. You know what I'm saying? He's a strong supporter of Trump, and I know you were a supporter of Trump.
you. Okay.
I'm independent. I'm not even on front. I'm independent. You know what I'm saying? I don't like either one. But
Okay.
since it's supposed to be a political thing today, so I'm gonna ask you this straight up.
Sure.
Besides the PPP loans, right?
Yes.
Nope. Let me take that back. Do you believe Donald Trump is a racist?
No, I don't.
Why?
Well, in my observations,
Mhm.
for a man to be racist, right? Um, in his position, right? For a man to be racist, why would I employ those individuals that are not like me? Why would I even help try to give them any type of benefit of anything if I were racist like him? Just saying. You don't see you um you don't see like the KKK um at least I've never seen the KKK sit down and be like, "Yo, right here, we're gonna charge. We're gonna have a ghetto get together. I want all the races, all the ethnicities I don't mess with. We're gonna throw them a party and give them a leg up,
Mhm.
right?"
All right.
And and at least in my opinion, I'm not about to do that. And don't get me wrong, a lot of people, they don't think, they don't read, nor do they even try to look deeper on stuff. I know it's when people hear this, for the people that are listening, they're like, "Oh, there's so much that was said." Yes, and kind of like the Bible, right? A lot of things are taken out of context. Um, for instance, i.e., I'll give you this example. Trump said, "I could only see the black people in here," right?
Okay.
And what he was referring to, he was giving a speech, and the lights were in his face, and he said, and he's like, "Yo, I can't see anybody except for the black people in the room because the lights are blinding me and the white people are blending in, so I can't see nothing but black people." Now, is that a racist statement, or is that a honest, like, "Hey, I can't see what you call it. Like everybody else is blending in. I can't see nothing but the black people or the people that are standing out, whether they were black or if it was reversed." He's like, "Yo, I'm in a dark room and can only see the white people in here." Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of shit gets taken out of context with him, and everybody just is kind of like, "Oh, he said it. That's exactly what he meant." And boo, it's like, nah, come on now. Like,
Okay. 2 points. 2 points to that, and I'm gonna say this.
sure,
Okay.
sure,
I work in production, and I've been on camera and off camera. So
sure.
when the lights is blinding me directly in my eyes and I can't see, I see no one. I can't say, "Oh, I just see the black people in the room." So no. So do that come off as kind of racist? Yes, absolutely it does. It sounds really kind of suspect. Granted, it's a slim, very, very slim chance that could have been true. But even if it is true, to make it less offensive to people, you just said you couldn't see anyone in the room. And the things about it is, I don't truly believe that he's really racist. I believe he's just ignorant to the fact of the things that he says out of his mouth. He don't realize that certain things that he says is taken out of context of what he means. I even subject to that. I could say something that generally means no offense to anyone, but people will take it out of context of what it really is.
Right.
And secondly, my second point.
Okay.
If a racist person will hire somebody to work for them, you said that along those lines. And yes, it's absolutely true. A racist person would hire someone of another ethnicity to work for them. Prime example, 2014, Donald Sutherland, the Los Angeles Clippers. He hired a bunch of black people. He used to show them off like they was picking cattle out there. So yes, a racist person would hire another one so he can show them off. This is my property. I'm your owner. And he have said it plenty of times. Plenty of people would do that. So he needs a full-time publicist to check everything that he says before he says it. But at this late in the game, this stage, he done put his foot so far down his throat. That's the stigma that he has now. Sorry to say, but it is what it is.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I will agree with you on this point. I have talked to other Trump supporters, and they have said the same thing as you said. Hey man, sometimes the way he comes off, the things he said, he needs to be vetted, or he needs to realize to like stop and pay attention. I agree with you all on that. Even I say that. I'm like, dude, you gotta watch what you say, because even if it wasn't Trump, even if it wasn't Trump, you have to be careful in this day and age because everybody's just so weak and pathetic. It's beyond me. Okay. And yes, I'm going on the record saying so many individuals are weak and pathetic. Words heard. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Get out of here. That's why you guys are weak and pathetic now. Like me and you are around the same age. So the things we heard that we said to one another growing up in high school, elementary school, middle school, we said some shit that honestly we should have been canceled on some real shit. No, let's no no let's I'm just throwing it out there. Right?
You're right. You're right. I'm not
Right.
even going front about it.
So 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 when we say this, right, that's what forged us. That's why this generation is pathetic and weak to me. My emotions, screw these emotions. Let's get, as you say, let's get this paper. And if you ask me why I would support Donald Trump as a black man, I would support him because I got this paper. I was able to get this paper. Like and to the point where even if he is racist, let's say he is somewhat racist, right? Let's say, okay, Tommy's racist. I know one thing. There are some irrefutable facts that everybody who eventually does hear our voice and hears our voice has to understand. The stimulus check was under his regime. People weren't working. He made sure that people had something in their pocket. The people, okay, you said besides the PPP, so I won't mention the PPP, but the stimulus check, yes. I witnessed a man, let's say he was right, let's say he's somewhat racist, right? We're gonna go, he broke the bank for us. And let's keep it real.
Broke the bank. Okay.
Okay, let me rephrase. He cracked open the bank for us. Okay, he at least gave us a pass in there. And I was
Okay.
having
Um, you know, we got during the recession of 2008, we got a check also, right?
that we did under who? Under who? Who was our president in '08? Was it Bush?
No, that was President Obama.
It was Obama.
Yeah,
Okay,
he just didn't
but
have his name. He didn't have his name attached to it.
okay, but even still, let me ask you something. How many individuals did grab that loan, right? And he stimulated the economy. At least he stimulated the economy on that. How many of us grabbed that loan and was able to get it? A lot of us should not have gotten it, but we did. And I'm like, yo, maybe aside from Obama, right? 'Cause I've only lived under 37, so I've lived under what? I guess you could say from Reagan to now, right? I will say that, hey, at least in my adult life, the the most money influx came under Trump, and I was okay with that. Another reason I also say this is because did we not when it came everybody they says hey he doesn't speak well, right? That's cool. I don't care about your speech. I really care about your actions. Do you know that North Korea did a lot of BS under this current administration regime, right? They did a lot of stuff that they didn't even try to do under Trump. You want to know why? Because he would have blew him off the map. He had his hand sitting on that red button, and I'm gonna tell you something.
Let me tell you something. Hold on. I gotta stop you right there, Flair. I gotta stop you right there. You could send a threat all day, to be honest about it, but you can't just say, "Okay, I'm finna launch the nuclear bombs at people because I want to." It's still a chain of command that you have to go through.
I
So
understand.
for someone to send that kind of threat out is very weak to say something like that. And it's not cool for anyone to say something like that because I could send threats all day. But honestly, if you don't have to back up from everybody else that's in the Senate, your threats is hollow. And okay, we never had a global shutdown. So of course, whoever happens during a global shutdown, they are the ones that should put the most money out to re-stimulate the world, not just the neighborhood, not just the state, not just the country. It has to be enough money to be floated out there. Absolutely. And my lifespan, of course, Obama wrote a check. He didn't put his name on it. Did Biden give a check? Of course, he didn't put his name on it. Everybody ain't trying to put it out there for the ego. Say, okay, Trump did this, Trump did that. It's a lot of stuff I do that I don't put my name on because my ego isn't that big. A lot of people have these humongous egos say, oh, I did this. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have got that issue and problem with that, and it's not cool for people to do that. So, with that being said, in the PPP loans, I know a few people that got them PPP loans, and guess what? A few of them locked up because they didn't have a business. They took the money, and the paycheck protection plan was for paying people's paychecks. What they do? They didn't improve their business. They didn't do none of that stuff. They took it on trips, bought cars, bought all this other stuff that had nothing to do with it. One of the biggest prime examples that people kind of heard about, I'm assuming, was on Love and Hip Hop. What is it? Red or something? One of the chicks on there. Her boyfriend got one. He got like what, $4 or $5 million?
Mm-hmm.
And he started buying Bentleys, Rolls Royces. He did all this stuff to make himself look good, to make himself feel better. And they caught him. Cool. They caught him. And what they did was they told him that you need to turn yourself in. What he do? He get on his phone. When the feds get in, you know they monitoring everything. The feds got in, and he on his phone looking at non-extradited The countries that won't send them back to the United States.
Yeah,
there we go. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
He up there doing that, leaving court. And by the time he made it home, the feds was right there to snatch him back up and take him right back to jail. So those loans, okay, it was supposed to help people out. The Los Angeles Lakers got approved for a PPP loan. And because they have less than 700 employees, the owners of the Lakers like, no, we don't need this money. We have enough money. We're good. Y'all can keep it. But the average person, and I'm going to single this out, that look like me and you, they want to take it and ball out. Get the newest Jordans, put some rims on the car, put a sound system in. They're not taking care of what they need to take care of because they want to look good. They want to shine. That's what one of my biggest flaws is. That's why I say I'm an independent. I'm not with the liberal left because it's a lot of things that they doing over there. I just have no respect for. And the ones on the right, I just don't truly understand it. I don't understand it because, I follow politics. I do. Like the Senator Weiner from New York. It was New York or New Jersey. He wanted to show penis pictures of his wiener. You know what I'm saying? He got caught up with that. He had to step down. Then one of the Supreme Court Justice, Clarence Carter, I think his name, Clarence Thomas. He put his pubic hair on a lady's coat to see if she wants some of his sausage. But he still got nominated. That's a lifetime. That's the only one that has a lifetime job. But hey, it is what it is. And my issue with this, I ain't gonna really call out family members and getting too personal, but I'm gonna say for me, if I have a daughter with the Project 2025 plan, if I have a daughter and she's going to school and she get molested and becomes pregnant, and you tell me I can't help her get rid of this baby, or I'm going to jail, two things will happen. I'm going to jail because I'm not going to subject her to 9 months of reliving this situation, and when the baby is born, constantly reliving it. If she chooses to keep it, constantly reliving it over and over again, every day for the rest of her life. I will never torment someone like that because someone not nowhere near where my household is telling me you can't do something. This is my land. I pay for. This is my house. I pay for. So I don't really believe that I don't. And it's so many people. It was this one actor that crucified his own career. I like the actor. I ain't gonna say his name, but he gonna say a woman should not have the right to say anything about her being pregnant. All that should be deferred to the man. Which I don't understand that, but that's all wrapped up in the plan and everything like that. I'm like, are you for real? You know what? I'm sexist. I'm gonna be honest about it. I am sexist. But when it comes down to something like that, if you want to do what's best for you, do what's best for you. I can't say, nope, you can't do this. I can talk to you about it respectfully. If you do something I'm not cool with, I got two options. Suck it up and deal with it or move on. You're not a piece of property. I don't have dominion over you. So that's what my issue is with the right. My issue with the left is it's an 11-year-old boy that say he's a girl. No, you're not. No, you're not. Your brain ain't developed enough for you to vote. Your brain ain't developed enough for you to drink. Your brain ain't developed enough for you to smoke. But you telling me your brain is developed enough for you to go cut your tallywhacker off and say you a girl. Nope. That don't make sense to me. Where do it make sense at? It don't. It truly don't make sense that you can say, hey, I want to cut it off. Then when you turn 18 and realize this ain't what I really want, I want to stand up and pee again. You can't grow that back. Wait till you develop in your later years and say, hey, this is what I want. All right, cool. I have no issue with that. But you as a child, yeah, I got a serious issue with that. But at any stage that you want to do, if you want to go out here and puff on a penis as a male, because I'm only speaking from a male perspective because I am a male. If you want to go out here and puff on a penis, puff away. But what I'm not finna sit here and say, hey, cut it off. I'm not going to let my daughter cut their breasts off and say, I'm a boy. No, you can go play with some boy toys. But I'm not finna say you a boy. If your name is Tina, your name is Tina. When you turn 18 and out my house, you could be you could be whatever, Timmy, or whatever the case may be. Whatever you want to do, that's on you. But at this point, you're under my house, my rules. Nobody outside my house can tell me what to do. And they always want to say it takes a community to raise a child. No, it takes them two people that was laying in that bed that made that child to raise that child. Everybody else can have the influence on it, but at the end of the day, it's up to the two parents to say what they can and what they can't do and have the final say so on that. I'm sorry. That's just me. And if I'm wrong on it, the day I see St. Peter at the pearly gates and he tell me I'm wrong, I'll accept it wholeheartedly and throw my gasoline drawers and go on down the hill with it. So all these people talking about they expect Jesus and this and Jesus that and everything like that, but you want to turn around and do some stuff like that for real? Nah, I don't think so. Because both sides of the table is very contradictory of what the Bible wants. They are. They're very contradictory. They want to twist everything up to will make them look good. You know?
Well, I will say this. I'll say a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think you said well, are you just to be clear, right? The 2025 plan is not Trump. That's from the Heritage Group.
No, it's not, brother.
Yes, it is. David Heritage came up with that. I saw the council congressional meeting with that. Trump is not with 2020. He does have a project called Project 47, but 2025 is not Trump's. It is not. And everybody that says that, that's like that misnomer right there kind of bothers me because everybody's just running off. But the last, and I could go check again. I will give my thing for what you call it, but no, 2025 is not Trump's, right? They only linked it to Trump because David Heritage. They asked the question. I think his name is David Heritage, and the Heritage Group. They said, hey, do you what you call it? And Trump, you can go back and look at the thing. He's never rocked with David Heritage, or he never rocked with the Heritages, the Heritage Plan 2035. He never did that. So I just want to put that out there. That's not Trump's, okay? Because I remember watching the thing, and the dude that was sitting up there pissed off that he was being, I believe, what is it? He was being, what's the word? Interrogated or questioned by, I believe I believe she was like a black Senate individual. He was really pissed about the fact that, like he was mad about it because they were asking him the question. But no, 2025 is not Trump. So I'll say that first. Second thing, I will agree with you on that everybody is being somewhat contradictory on some of their policies. I could definitely agree with you on that. But the whole thing I'm looking at is, or you said with the thing about the money, about how everybody used. This is an interesting thing that you brought this up because me and my wife was with my in-law or her, well, it'd be her in-law, so it was with my parents yesterday, and she brought up the same argument. But what I will say is this: do we have control of the over other individuals and how they do things? No. If I give you a gun, right? I know you're into guns, and I know there might be a particular gun you like. And I say, you know what? To surprise you for your birthday, my good buddy, I bought you the gun you liked. I bought it and I gifted it to you because you like guns. If you turned around and shot somebody, or you turned around and did it, and I didn't know what you were gonna do with it. I thought it was gonna go as part of your collection because you got a collection of other um ammo and things. I didn't know. And you can't hold me responsible for what you did. And it's the same thing with the PPP loan. She was saying kind of something similar to what you were saying, or maybe getting hinting at was that, yo, the PPP loans were a trap. Um, a lot of people are going to jail, which is true, they are. But once again, whose fault is that? I dare wouldn't say Trump's because Trump never sent out instructions on how to spend it. It was actually sent. The crazy thing is, right? People like
Mm.
whoever that reality star, but I know there were individuals. I don't know by name, but there was an individual who got a $350,000 PPP loan or $500,000 PPP loan, and he, like you say, he spent it on Bentleys and Royces and things like that. The crazy thing is, why did nobody ever just tell a lie and make it the truth? We had that opportunity. We could have, as individuals who got PPP loans. Let's say I got a PPP loan. I lied about a business and said, "Yo, I got a business. I got 5 employees." But they say, "All right, Tom, we're gonna give you $150,000 PPP loan." Okay, cool. But and I get the money and I turn around and make that business a reality that I lied about. That was very much an option. Just like it would be an option for me to go buy an old Porsche, an older Porsche, and stunt with it. That's all choices. When we're given opportunities and we squander opportunities, we can't be mad at the person that gave us the opportunity when we were just stupid with it. That's the that right there. Fuck no. Hell no. Mm-mm. Nah.
I,
I can't rock that. Nah, I
I'm,
can't rock that.
I don't have a problem with the man helping someone do whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem with that. And like you said, those people are stupid. Let's just cut the facts. Let's cut the fat off it. They're stupid. The reason why they're stupid because you can't say like, oh, I didn't know how to manage my money. You grown now. You can't live in your past. Say, oh, back in the day, no, we ain't doing that. You made a mistake. Own up to it. Nah, I don't even gonna say it was a mistake. You made a clear choice to say, hey, screw this. I got this free money. It's like when people get credit cards, I got free money. Nah, no, you don't. That's not free, but it's gonna cost you. You may not think so, but it's gonna cost you. So, you know what I'm saying? So it just people made it this that's their bed they chose to lay in. You want to lay down with the devil, sign the devil's contract. And the outcome is you can go to jail if you don't pay it back. You do something wrong, you're gonna pay it back. If you say you lied to me, you're gonna pay it back. So they lied, they got caught. It is what it is. So what can I say? I'm just sitting back with the popcorn and enjoying my show. It's all entertainment to me.
Most definitely. That's why I'm like, for the individuals who say Trump set them up, I'm like, so Trump decided to set you up. He decided to set you up so well with that money, like you couldn't think no better. You couldn't have out tricked Trump. You couldn't have been like, hey, I invested it into a business and built a business. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, you're stupid. You can't blame anybody else for your stupidity. You can't, it's crazy. We have no right and no reason to be as dumb as we are. The reason is, no, no, no. And when I say we, I mean us as humanity. We have no reason, no right to be as dumb as we are. The reason we don't is because we have something called the internet that remains undefeated. Because on the internet, no, no, on the internet, seriously, I
I
can
got
find
you.
out
I got you.
I can do whatever I want. I can find out how to do everything on the internet. I can learn how to build a car. I can learn how to build a house. Guess what? I can even learn about finances on the internet. That's that everything is at the palm of my hand in this phone. I have a true wealth of knowledge at my fingertips, in my pocket. I can
You
walk around as a titan amongst peons.
and you know
Now,
what's funny about that is, oh brother, we walk around with $1,000 devices in our pocket called a smartphone and
yes,
still be stupid as hell.
and still be stupid. And that's why I'm like, I know we have no. Look, there's a lot of things I do not know, and when I do not know them legitimately, I actually just go and type it in because people have had the same questions, and somebody did the hard work, gave us the answer, and I could just Google the answer. There's no reason for us to be as stupid as we are, except for our own willful ignorance. And I'm just not gonna ever sign off on that. Like that's not a racist thing either. That is just truly an ignorant thing. Because everybody does have, for mostly everybody does have a way to get information, knowledge, and and the wherewithal of stuff. We do. All right. If we know how to do these stupid TikTok dances, we know how to do the. You remember the years ago when people was doing the stupid challenges, the ice bucket challenge, and the cinnamon challenge, the pass out challenge. We was able to do all these stupid challenges. Why didn't nobody ever challenge their ignorance with intelligence? How about the let's get smarter challenge? How about let's build a giant robot challenge, right? That those would have been great challenges that would have propelled humanity forward in leaps and bounds. Matter of fact, I got a great challenge for everybody. Why don't we all join the Tower of Babel challenge, right? Why don't we finish what they started? Why don't
You,
all of us,
wait a minute. Wait. The Tower of Babel, isn't that
yes,
where they tried
yes,
to build a tower up to touch the heavens?
they did, right? But
Wait a minute,
there's,
hold on, brother. Hold on.
I know, just hear me out. The
Okay,
reason I say
all right.
the reason I say do that challenge. Now, of course, I'm not gonna say build it to reach the heavens, but understand the real story of Babel, which is why we say babbling to this day. It was the point in history at one point in time, at least as a biblical reference, at one point in time, all of humanity spoke one language. It was at that time that's when we had a separation of humanity because we separated all the languages, or the language was separated, and that's where we got down at. Some people would even delve a little bit deeper and say that was also where not only did the languages change, but this is where people's skin color and things changed here. But I digress because that's another topic for another day. But what I'm saying is this: we can now all communicate with one another. So why don't we get together and build one big world project that could actually benefit us as one whole thing? We have translators. We have a whole translator app. I can speak into my phone to a Russian and it would translate to a Russian perfectly what I said. Like these are the leaps and bounds we have made with technology, and we could go so much further, but we don't, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we choose to be willfully ignorant and stupid and entertain. That's what I mean to a Tower of Babel challenge. Not so much build to the heavens, but get us all working on one accord, one process of building something to actually better and touch the sky. Now we do dumb shit and then want to cry racism on this and racism on that. Now, why don't we just start crying what it really is? Can we start crying ignorant on this and ignorant on that? Can we just cry that? Can we just tell the truth on that? Because that's
Let,
what it really is.
let me say this. Let me say this. And I'm gonna be. I'm gonna kind of put myself out there. I was told by an Asian gentleman that said a lot of black people, because I'm black, I'm gonna speak on that. Black people can take over and do a lot of great things. But the reason why they can't is because the simple fact of the matter is they can't work together. You know, we like the true definition of crabs in a bucket. We can't work together to can't work together to save shit. You know, because it's like this. Back when Detroit had 2 million people in it, majority of them people was black. Majority of the people looked out for each other. Detroit used to be a Renaissance city.
Yes.
Those signs are took down no more because we don't have no community unity no more. You know, we don't look out for each other. Kids can be walking down the street, get snatched up. I ain't seen nothing.
And even if I did saw that, ain't got nothing to do with me.
Not my business. And I get that to a point. I get it to a point. But that's the reason why we can't actually truly come up. Because it's like this. You a grown man. I'm a grown man. Say we're actual blood brothers.
Mm-hmm.
You got a wife. I got a wife. You know what I'm saying? We work together. You want to go buy you let's say a Durango, right? Let's put our money together so you can get you a Durango.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's put our money together to get me the car that I want now. You ain't got no car note. I ain't got no car note. You got the car you want. I got the car I want. The wives get the cars they want. They get the houses they want. We got a household income. Let's just say the wives don't work. You make 150 grand a year. I make 150 grand a year. The household income is 300,000.
Yes.
We can put that together to build an empire.
We can.
But yet, nah, I want to go first. I want to go first. Then the attitude comes. Then the separation comes. Nah, the $300,000 y'all can put together to build something together, now it's cut in half to 150,000. That's why. You know what I'm saying? It's ego, pride, all the other dumb stuff that gets in the way of doing things. Look how if you take a trip to Southwest Detroit, you see everybody want to talk about the Mexicans and everything like that. But guess what? They didn't bought a block from one shack house. 12 grown men working together, living in the house with their families. Then they go buy the house next door. Then the house next door. Then the house next door. After everybody can get their own house, then they get their own house and separate. But yet they put all their money together for the entire block. We can't even we got 3 adults in the house and we can't even put together to pay the light bill. I put in 3 cents more. Well, I ain't putting that 3 cents in. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for real, come on. The most things I've seen a lot of black people work together as a team and do. You want to know what it is?
What's that?
Buy a pack of blunts, some liquor, Let's all put in on this liquor. Everybody quickly jump. Oh, I got this. I got this. I got this. But okay, let's start a business. Man, that's too risky. That ain't never gonna work. Man, I'm finna go to work. Okay.
But you know what though? I'm gonna say this. That narrative is halfway true. What you're saying is true, but here's why it's half. Because you've always will find individuals that don't want to be a part of the thing. Not every Hispanic and Mexican got together and did that. But what I say to that is this: you do have to find like-minded individuals that will be down for that. Now, I know, right, as a whole, not every. Let's see, because I don't want to misquote this here. There's the triad and the yakuza. I think the triad Chinese and the Yakuza Japanese, right? I
Don't
think
call me.
that's
I don't know.
okay. But what I'm saying is this: not all of them get down with like the triad and the Yakuza, right? And but what they did, they got all the ones that are like-minded and made different. So what you have to do is no different for us. If me and you are on this page, like me and you are doing this podcast, right? Cool. We're gonna keep doing it. And uh, if somebody else wants to jump on and do the podcast with us, sure. If they don't, that's cool too. We will keep going and we'll grow it, and we will find like-minded individuals, and that's where I think we all have to realize that it's just finding like-minded individuals. When I know, I think a lot of times we're trying to look for all black people to do this, right? And let's say me and you was like, yo, I want all the black people to jump together and do this. It's not gonna happen because you want all of us. But what can happen is I won't be able to get all. But if you get the like-minded individuals that are doing their thing, right?
Right.
That's all that matters. Because eventually what happens is we become a fire, right? It's like last night, me and Lex and Terrell and Cherie, we all went out to tonight's conversation, right? And one day, man, you should come along with us. I like tonight's conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but if I'm not mistaken, they were a group of individuals that, well, the main dude is called, his name is Ace Metaphor. And he came out with these cards called Tonight's Conversation. Then he kept promoting the brand and turned it into a podcast. And now he done turned it into a point where now they podcast live in front of millions of people from they go from city to city doing a city tour. And I bring that up to say this. He got like-minded individuals because it's him. There's Kita Rose. There's a Kitty Rose. There's Trip Fontaine, and then there's uh, AC Trill, and they also have a Trip Fontaine, but they have a rotating roster, and but their core members are still there, and I think that's a good thing to show what Black people, we definitely can. We just have to find like-minded individuals because I think that narrative of us not working together is bullshit. We do work together, but and you're right, there is ego. But we find people to be like, hey man, I just want to get on and put in the work. We'll be fine. We would be fine. All right. Um, but there are inadequacies within our culture that we need to stop. I definitely agree with you there. Right.
Mm-hmm.
One inadequacy that needs to stop is um trying just accepting black people as we are, right? And what I mean as we are, nobody is more or less black, right? It's like, oh, you're not a real black dude because you ain't smoking black or miles, or you're not a real black dude because you had both parents in the household, and I came from a single parent house. We got to stop that. If we can stop that, I really do think we would get more of the tonight's conversations, things like that, black people working together, because it's not a case of, oh, I'm more black or I'm more real, I'm more down. No. At the end of the day, we all trying to make it up, so let's make it up together, you know. As far as crabs being in a bucket, I heard somebody explain this, and it actually kind of makes sense. The reason crabs pull one another down in the bucket is because crabs move together. They don't move separately. So even though to describe a crab in the bucket is to say they're saying like, oh, we can't get along, actually it's for protection. Because if you're out there by yourself, everything can happen to you. And anyway, has has nobody ever realized that crabs don't belong in a bucket? That's not their natural state. So it is true. We don't. A lot of us don't, but a lot of us do. And I think if we just focus on more than we do, we'd be good. Like we look at Rosewood. What was it? What was it? Was it Rosewood? The black community,
In
Black
Florida,
Wall. Yeah, and
it was Roosevelt.
Black Wall. Yeah, Black Wall Street and stuff. That's we did it. We've done it before. We can do it again. So and that was and they were a group of individuals, like-minded individuals. I'm pretty sure that there were other blacks that was down for it, but they just didn't. They probably did say that shit ain't gonna work, but it did.
Because a lot of
And
people are scared, dog. After the first incident, you know what I'm saying, in Rosewood down in Florida, um, someone lied, told the whole community up. No, we can't get together no more because they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. Okay, fine. Black Wall Street, you know how that happened. You know what I'm saying? No, we not gonna do this, we not gonna do that because they're gonna stop us and everything like that. Girl set of balls. I'm sorry. Let your motherfucking nuts hang. You want something, go get it. You know what I'm saying? When I first started this podcast show, dog,
yeah,
I did it by myself.
right.
Tried to bring somebody in on it, didn't work out. Brought brother Face in with me. We rolled strong for 2 years. Then he had to tap out because he had to have other things came up, so brother Face had to tap out. Then you came along. Guess what? We still gonna keep rolling. One monkey don't stop no show. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? But
Exactly.
the thing about it is, for a second, I took some time off. Excuse me. I took some time off because I had to take some time off. I had to readjust some things. So, I mean, at the end of the day, people going to be what they're going to be.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Either you're going to be scared or you're not. You know what I'm saying? Let me quote my favorite wrestler, whatever. Fuck fear, drink beer. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the
Who
day,
said that? Who was
Stone Cold
saying that?
Steve Austin. Fuck fear, drink beer.
The
Oh, hell
wrestler.
yeah. So, I don't have no fear of nothing. You know what? I don't. You know what I'm saying? I have no fear. You know what I'm saying? My only fear that I truly had was learning how to swim. And guess what? Once I got over that fear, ain't nothing on this planet going to stop me. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Well, of
So,
course, because we big dudes know how to float, so we shouldn't be afraid of swimming. We should know
nah, man, I
how.
almost drowned. I almost drowned as a kid. That's why I was afraid of swimming. So, when I became an
Oh,
adult, I said, you know what? I'm going to learn how to swim. Because guess what? I want to get off in the ocean. I want to go
yo,
swim with the dolphins.
yo, see, and I totally agree with you on that. Matter of fact, I know there are some individuals, black people not swimming. That's another thing. I think a lot of the colloquialisms and the things they have about us black people are so rooted in bullshit. It's not even funny. But then we rolled around and rolled with it and said, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's right, guys. No, okay, like, oh, black people don't swim. I'm like, that's like, no, black people swim. Africans were swimmers. They are swimmers. Simply put, because the Africans and the Aztecs used to trade with one another via something called the Canary Canal. So, which is a trade route. It became a trade route, but it's a what it is. It's a current in the I believe in the ocean that follows from Latin America, South America to Africa. And if you just jump in this route or you jump in these currents, you can sail to one and sail back to the other, and you just the Canary Current, not canal, the Canary Current. You just pretty much rotate so round and round. But the odds of and which means that means Africans were bridge shipbuilders, at least those who stayed on the coastal cities. So us not swimming, I think, is actually bullshit. We should know how to swim. And kudos to you, my good buddy, that you said as an adult, I want to learn how to swim. I think that's how it should be. I really think that's how it should be. Like, I feel like there shouldn't be no adult that should know how to swim. I'm sorry, especially for everybody that want to go to the beach. I never got this. What's the point of going to a pool party or a beach and not knowing how to swim? That shit is stupid. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Like, I get it. I was a little different. I grew up with a pool in my backyard. I did. So swimming for me is pretty dope. But there are individuals that are our age and up that don't know how to swim, and I'm like, I get it. Our grandparents was actually told that it was a sin if they went to church. It was a sin to go swimming, or that uh, whatever other things they were told about swimming, showing skin and things like that. But
You had a pool in the backyard.
yeah, I had a pool in my backyard.
Oh, lucky you.
So
On two aspects.
that's why I knew how to swim. Um, my parents wasn't about to have their kid drowning. Uh, but yeah, and I'm like, yo, and any adult that I feel like that doesn't know how to swim, I think it's just shame on them because you should always know that's a like riding a horse or riding a motorcycle. That's something that you should know. That's definitely something you should know how to do because why not? You never know when you might need it to save your life. Hell, especially those parents that have children, you definitely should know how to swim. Shit.
Ever since they said you'll float too, I'm fearful.
Oh, I ain't worried about that. That's because there was a clown in the pool. I got something for I got something for Pennywise too. I ain't worried about him. You'll float too. You'll float too. Right. I will. And you're gonna be floating right beside me if you try to drag me in. I guess we'll both be two little floating fishies. With shout out. It's Halloween is what Thursday,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
I'm Halloween is not really my holiday, but I do like it for the fact that they're gonna be running like I think they do it every year. Sci-Fi Channel runs like a marathon of what do you call that? The owl, no, not the Hitchcock Hour, but the Twilight Zone. Shout out to the late Rod Sterling. I love that show. Well, to the Twilight Zone. To be honest with you, I feel like I'm living in the Twilight Zone. Society has become the Twilight Zone. Okay,
Hmm.
I can't buy a gun. I can't drink no beer, but I could get rid of my genitalia under 18. But I can't do the other two. I could even go fight a war, but I can't. I can go fight a war and I can cut my dick off. or change my gender and anatomy, mutilate myself, but I can't buy a gun and drink under 18. Like,
Of
yo,
course not, man. What you think this is? What you think this is? You think you
man,
allowed? You think you allowed to go hold a gun? No, we're gonna take. We'll let you cut you. We'll give you the benefit. Go cut your penis off. Go ahead. You can do that. You can go cut your penis off, but you can't drink a beer. Nope. Can't do it. Can't
we
do it.
can't be, we can't be, dun 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 dun. No, we can't be stone cold, cracking open the beers and tossing them back.
Nah, they won't. That's not allowed to happen.
Man, what's funny? That is his interest music.
I know. I'm just saying it's funny because I heard it in my head, man. I heard it in my head. That's all.
I ain't gonna lie. I think one day I did take like two Arizona iced teas and clap them together and try to drink both of them at once, like Stone Cold would do. Um,
I heard this dirty joke, and I guess we can wrap the show up on this dirty
what
joke
dirty joke?
that this girl said
Okay.
that when she go down on a man, when she go when she go down on a man, she come back up and spit the juice out like Triple H. Just
Oh, mm-mm. Nope, no, 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 no. Mm-mm. Eh. We're not, we're not doing
all right.
that. Mm-mm. Nope, no,
Uh,
no, 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 no. And
uh.
just messed up the whole thing on wrestling. That's when somebody was supposed to come in and hit her with the sweet chin music.
All right, man. Let's wrap this up, dog.
Cause yeah, you done messed it. You just had to do that, huh?
I'm sorry. It is. We,
You all right over
yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
there?
Oh, any shots out, brother? Oh, let me pull it together. Let me pull it together. Any shots out?
Shout out to my wife.
I
Shout out to the missus, the new missus. Definitely.
respect that. Anything else? Anybody else?
Like I say, shout out to all the people that came to the wedding. Shout out to my groomsmen. Shout out to the bridesmaids. Shout out for everybody that just came to us.
All right, cool. I wanted to shout out to my babies. Daddy loves you. I'm always gonna love you, no matter what. How much of a tale I am. Don't believe the lies. To all my haters, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. All the love and support. Shout out to to everybody that looks at us on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if I had three X accounts, do you think they'd block me?
If you had three what?
Three X accounts.
Three X accounts on what?
X.
Oh, if you had an XXX account?
Yeah.
Why would they block you?
I don't know, man. I'm just saying. And I'm out of
I'm, I'm pretty sure the people at TikTok have sex too. You know, I'm saying I don't think they would. Just as long as you're wearing a mask, nobody could ever know it's you.
I can pull a R. Kelly.
Step in the name of love.
Or I could be in the back with some baby oil saying it's going to be a Diddy party. Take that, take that, take that. Hey, bad boy. Hey, we out of here, man. Peace, love, and harmony. And we go, man. We go.
We out. Peace.